We're working on a 2005 Kawasaki 400 KFX. We just did the front bearings. We did a brake job on it, just the fronts. We are going to do the rears. We're going to lower the rear. We're going to be lowering the front right now with these. If you guys are interested in any of this, shoot me a message and tell you where to get all this stuff. A customer's bike, he wants to lower the front edge, so I'm sure. A lot of Loctite. So I just removed the top bracket and pulled this out of for the flip and tan. It's just a piece of rubber held in. And I took this nut off. But I think what we're going to have to do is it's going to have to get relocated. Alright, so I jacked up the air, took the nut off here. I disconnected the brake clamp for right now. We might be able to use the stock mounts, but right now I don't know. And this is the eBay special. Actually Amazon. And I just want. So I had to sand down both sides. Did with a grinder and some 40 grit sanding wheel. Crowbar right here. Tying the crowbar. Alright. Use a punch or drift pin, whatever you want to call it. And then we're going to grab the original bolt. Get some blue Loctite. I'll be back. Blue thread locker. Tread. I'm going to tighten this, but not all the way. Because we don't want this to be stuck upwards. I want to compress it with the shock and drop it to the floor and torque it. Since we got the bushing off, we'll grease it up, slide it back into here. These are 2 seals. Be careful with those seals. That's it. Still loose. We'll give this a little cleaning. Just brush wheeled it. You can use sandpaper and quicker. That my favorite purple grease. More than enough. Comes in the kit. Washer, lock nut. bolt in. I'm going to tighten it up. Still loose. All the way tight. The correct way this is supposed to be mounted is down, but we're not going to have much clearance. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mount it this way up. So I took that bracket off and bent this straight. When I mount this here, this way I can think of it without welding, without doing anything very complicated. Just flipping this bracket upside down, and there's more than enough clearance, and we have a lot of flexibility in this hose, left all the way locked to left, all the way locked to right. I'll show you the final product after. Climb in. It's close to the shock absorber here, but I mean, it's the best we can do. I'm gonna bend this down here, and it should work. Lock all the way left. Still have a ton of play. Lock all the way right. A ton of play. Look at the difference between the height. So we're going to use this punch. A chisel. This is a type of chisel. Channies. This little turn. And I like it like that. Nothing better than that we can do. At least the jack here. Off the jack. Repeat all these steps on that side. And we'll drop it to the floor. We'll torque these bolts. The correct torque spec. I don't know if you guys can tell the difference, but that's with the 2-inch lowering kit. That's without. And you can tell there's a big difference. That's how it's not torqued down yet. I flipped the brake bracket. Screws are loose, both of them. I drop it to the floor. I want this to be completely flush, at least with this. Then I'll torque them all down. I'm gonna do this side next. Bolt, 10 mil. Here we go. Loosen this bolt. Let's see if we have the same issue as the other side. I gotta clean both sides. Brush wheel. Well, not brush wheel. Sanding disc I used. We're gonna sand both sides. I went up to here on the other one. It's on the price, but I don't want to ruin the paint. I know I'll be ready cleaning off the paint, but yeah, let's go check if it fits. So, cleaned it pretty good. But better tight than loose. It'll be the same way. weight, like I said. I want to lower the flat on the floor with the wheels on, and then we're going to torque down both nuts with the torque spec. Go up here. Pop this guy out. I'm going to clean it on the brush wheel like I did with the other one. Grease it up. These nuts have a Teflon lock nut on it, so I'm not going to put blue Loctite on that. Now we're going to flip this over, a clamp for the brake line, and do the same exact thing like we did on the other side. Sorry, I didn't know where you guys were pointing. On the vise, I'm just going to straighten this out. So, go into the vise on the angle, bend it up itself a little bit, just kinked it a little bit like that. And the flat part on the vise, just like that. One more. Nice and straight. I flipped upside down and I straightened this out on the vise. What I'm going to do is bend this down so it's like a safety, and then I'm going to adjust this a little bit. This down is a safety. We're going to bend this a little bit. And that should be good enough. Clearance should look good. Check that one over there. It's perfect. Now we're going to put the wheels on and we'll drop it to the floor, and then we'll finish torquing these nuts down. Plate goes on. Wheel. They have a Loctite, anti-seize. These nuts, the 450 KFX, they're combed. And make sure the comb part goes towards the inside of the wheel. drop it down and torque these nuts, torque the suspension nuts. I know we lost ground clearance, but being so low on the floor, you're gonna have a lot more stable. It's gonna be a lot more stable on the track. Torque up those nuts, and then we'll start on the back. But those flipped upside down brake brackets, I mean, they turn out actually pretty good. You don't gotta weld anything, anybody can do it. Gotta bend that. Basic hand tools, nothing crazy, very cheap. It was like 20 bucks for these. Yeah, I had to grind these down a little bit, but I mean, they look clean, real clean. So we're going to torque this nut to 43.5 foot-pounds, but I'm going to do 44, so the extension. I'm going to torque this guy down to 44 foot-pounds also, with the extension. Now we're on the other side. Torque this one down to 44 foot-pounds. Same thing, extension. So we did hubs, brakes, 2-inch lowering kit. Switched this, flipped it upside down, bent it here so it's basically like a safety so it doesn't come in on itself. Same thing on that side. A lot more to go. Thank you for watching.